Hey everyone, it's John at the Fine Touch Detailing Garage, and I have a beautiful 1966 Nova Super Sport that we did a lot of work, so a lot to talk about on this project specifically. First and foremost, this is completely restored. The client was just finished, did all the interior work, most of the interior work himself. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. Very excited to share the before and after content. Little unfortunate circumstance with the painting dynamic. There was pigtails left in the hood, which required some wet sanding. Also on the back A-pillars, we had some deep wet sanding marks that we wanted to shave off. This is going to be a show car at the end of the day, so we want it to be more than just presentable. We want it to be show presentable. At the end of the day, we did a full wet sanding in the front. Started with 1500 sandpaper. It needed a lot of wet sanding. The pigtails were pretty deep, unfortunately. I'm going to show you videos of the texture that we removed with this process. And then after a 2-day process where we completed the wet sanding on the back A-pillars and the hood, we also came back the following week and did a 3-stage correction on the entire paint, and we have ceramiced the entirety of this vehicle to include all the glass and all the paint. So this thing is looking absolutely ready to go. Very, very excited to see it at the shows this year, and hopefully you guys see it around if you're in the Salem area, as the client lives very, very close. So without further ado, hopefully you enjoy the rest of this video and you can see before and afters of our content. Alright everybody, and here's a photo of kind of the texture that I was talking about specifically, and the next photo is going to just be a zoomed in and lightened photo so you can really see those pigtails. Obviously I could only get a really close-up image, but imagine this, but around the entire hood. And after a full 1500 wet sand and blend, I was still left with these kind of marks, so it just goes to show how deep these blemishes were. Now, after the completed process, this is what a zoomed in picture would look like. The lines are really crisp and straight. This is where the panels should be. So just showing a little bit of the before and afters. Here is the before of the back rear driver's A-pillar, just removing some blemishes that needed to be done on the edges, especially next to the glass and the chrome piece right there. A lot of wet sanding marks were still left in a parallel mark, so wanted to sand those down, make those a lot more less noticeable. For this process, doing the 1500 and then going to 3000 grit and then polishing over that, removed the scratches 100%. So at the end of the day, this looked much better. Definitely was where it should have been left as far as a finished product. Definitely showroom ready right now. As it shows a little bit more of the before and afters, it's going to show the hood. The hood was the biggest process just because it was the biggest portion of the vehicle that needed to get wet sanded. The air pillars were a lot smaller, so it didn't take as much time, but just a lot of love given to this hood. And then you're going to see the afters here, as well as the tape process for the hood. When it's a completed job and then we still have to do wet sanding, definitely wanted to make sure we weren't getting anything in the engine compartment, so this is just showing the tape job. That way we could close the hood, but also make sure that as I had to do some wet sanding and some heavy compounding on the hood to remove those blemishes, I didn't get any compound in the engine bay. Here's showing the after, and then there's going to be several more just videos highlighting just the hood and the rest of the vehicle after a 3-stage correction and then a ceramic coating. We did apply Legend Ceramic by P&S Products on the Nova when we were finished. That was the product choice by this client. He wanted to go with the 5-year product. Although this product definitely lasts most vehicles a little bit longer, we've noticed. Definitely goes over its warranty period. So with a show car, not necessarily being a daily driver, pretty much going to live inside minus the nice summer days where he's going to show the vehicle. I'm sure this ceramic is going to last him probably much longer, maybe even double that before he even feels like he needs to do anything to this Nova again. Always nice to do a show prep though, definitely something that we can do, and as you guys noticed, this is not in our shop, so everything we completed here was mobile, so that way we could just go to the client. The client didn't have to worry about the logistics of getting this vehicle to us via trailer, and or driving it, and we're able to take care of it right in his shop. Also has a lot of adequate space for us, so it was very easy to do this process. As you can see in his shop, lots of room to move around. Enjoy the rest of this video though, and hope you guys liked this process. Feel free to look through the rest of our content if you're wanting to see more, and then if you're looking for a similar process, feel free to give a shop the call, and happy to walk you through our service options and go over pricing. Love doing these show cars though, and hope you enjoyed. We will see you next time.